Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my science class. So, students, today we are going to start with a new chapter, and the chapter is body movement. This is the eighth chapter from Class 6 Science NCERT book. So, let us start the chapter. So, students, we have studied about the living organisms in class 5, and we have studied about the different features of living organisms, that living organisms grow, they respire, they need food, they reproduce, and one more feature, all they move from one place to the other. So today we will talk about this feature of living organisms, that is body movement. So if you are standing still, then also you are moving some of the parts of your body, like you are blinking your eyes, you are breathing. So different organs of your body are working, like your digestion is occurring inside your body. So these are the different movements which occur even when an organism is standing still. So all these are movements, all these are body movements. Now the organisms, the organisms are categorized into two types, the plants as well as the animals. So in case of plants, they are stationary organisms, that is, since the roots are inside the ground and they hold the soil, they cannot move from one place to the other, but their branches, they move due to the air or wind, and the growth occurs towards light, like sunlight. You must have seen a sunflower moving, changing its direction with the change in the position of sun. The touch me not plant, which closes when you touch it. So all these are body movement in case of plants. So this body movement occurs in both plants as well as animals. But in case of plants, it is not that clearly visible as in case of animals. So animals, there are a number of type of movements in case of animals, like we walk, we run, we fly. I mean, birds fly, we jump, creeping, crawling, slithering, swimming. All these are different type of body movements which are uh, performed by animals. Now there is a table. You have to fill this table, like which part of the name of animals is given, which part is used for moving from one place to the other, and the type of movement. Like a cow, it uses its legs, and the type of movement is walking. Now humans, you have to fill it. Which body part is used? It is the legs. And how does the animal move? How do we walk? We jump even, we run. So all these are different body movements. Now snake, it uses its whole body, and type of movement is slithering. Birds, they use wings for flying, and as well as they have their feet which have claws, and it is used for walking also. So the type of movement is fly and walk also. Now insects have their tiny legs, and they have also wings, so they fly. Insects fly. There are different types of insects. Some have legs, like the millipedes, centipedes, and some have wings. Now fish, it has fins and it swims. So you can fill this table. Now human body and its movement. Now let us see the human body, because human body is the best machine we have ever seen. So let us have a close look how our body and its movement occurs. So you all enjoy physical exercise, you all enjoy playing with your friends. All this includes your body movements. Now bowl an imaginary ball at an imaginary wicket. How did you move your arm? You have rotated your arm in a circular motion, and generally you are using your shoulders and your arm. Your complete arm is rotating from your shoulder. Now if you want to bend your arm, you are bending it from the elbow, right? And similarly you can bend your knees, bend your legs from the knees. You can bend your arm to touch your shoulders with your fingers. Which part of your arm did you bend or straighten it? It is the elbow. So why is it that we are able to move few parts of our body easily in various directions and some only in one direction? Why are we unable to move some parts at all? So when you will observe your body, you will find you were able to move your shoulders, your arms from the shoulders in a circular direction, in a circular motion. That is, you can move your arm in all the directions. But in case of elbow, you saw you can only bend your arms in one direction only, to inwards, not outwards. Similarly, in case of knee also, you can only bend in one direction, not in all the directions. You can rotate it, rotate your arms or your legs from the shoulders or from your hip bone, but not your knees and elbows. So there are few joints, few of the body parts which you cannot even move. There are few joints or few body parts which have a restricted movement, and few of the body parts which you can move in all the directions. Now movements in our body. You can try filling out this table. There is name of body part, and can you rotate it completely or partially? You can fill this yourself. Now there is an activity in your book. Activity 1, place a scale lengthwise on your arm so that your arm is in the center. You have to place a scale like this. Your arm should be in the center. Ask your friend to tie the scale and your arm together. Now try to bend your elbow. Are you able to do it? So you have to tie it. And now try to bend it. So are you able to bend it? I'm sure you will not be able to bend it. You can try it yourself. Now, did you notice that we are able to bend or rotate our body in places where two parts of body seem to be joined together, like our elbow, shoulder or neck? So, when you will observe, you will find that you can bend your body from specific parts like your wrist. You can fold your fingers. You can rotate it from arm. But can you rotate your hand in between the wrist and the elbow? You can try it. You cannot. Why? Because there are bones. So we have studied about the skeletal system in class 5, right? So these bones are hard and you cannot bend them, and that is why they give support and rigidity in our body. They are rigid, they are hard, and the places from where you can bend your body are the joints. What are joints? Where two bones meet, they are called as joints, and you can only bend from the joints only. Can you name more such joints? Can you name, apart from the elbow or knee or shoulder, can you name more joints? Yes, there are a number of joints in our body, because there are total how many bones in our body? There are 206 bones. So they all are joined together. There are a number of joints in our body. And what will happen if our body has a single bone? Will you be able to move? No. We will not be able to move even an inch. What exactly is joined together at these joints? Press your finger against the top of your head, face, neck, nose, ears, back of shoulder, hand and legs, including the fingers and toes. Do you get a feel of something hard pressing against your fingers? What is it? These are the bones. So bones cannot be bent. So how do we bend our elbow? It is not one long bone from the arm to our wrist. Our body is made up of a number of bones, as I have told. So it's not like that कि we have a single bone in our arm, we have a single bone in our legs. There are a number of bones which are joined together to facilitate movement of our body. As I have told earlier, that human body is the most complicated and best machine ever made. So it is so nicely made that each and every part is joined like a perfect machine. Now it is different bones joined together at the elbow. Similarly, there are many bones present in each part of the body. We can bend or move our body only at those points where bones meet or from the joints. There are different types of joints in our body to help us carry out different movements and activities. So in our body there are a number of joints. So in the next part of the video we will study about the different parts or different type of joints in the human body. So till then students, thank you.